English 103 students, it's Cody Miller, your instructor. I'm here with a quick announcement on Friday afternoon in hopes to prepare you for next week. So I'll share my screen with you to show you some things on Moodle so that you're aware of them. Now, when we are looking at Unit 3, the informative research essay part of Moodle, couple things that I want to remind you of. One of them is the stuff about thesis statements and then the stuff about works cited pages. So we did cover the PowerPoint, the thesis statements for the informative research essay, talked about that structure that we can walk through in order to have almost a scaffolding method for our thesis statements using vocabulary. We then looked at evaluating thesis statements using this Google Doc group work for the thesis statements. So we worked on that together, evaluated 4 different thesis statements at that point. Then we moved on to works cited, and that works cited stuff dealt largely with the Saginaw Valley MLA 8 citing resource, the MLA night site, and the Purdue OWL. We spent some time looking at the 3 samples that are available to you in the works cited worksheet for pairs to Microsoft Word. We didn't get to the activity portion of that, but we did cover those 3 particular samples, one being a web page, then one being a website with an organization instead of an author, and then the other being essentially an online article from a database, which is that new skill that we've added to our repertoire at this point of how to create those for this informative research paper. Now, just as a reminder, I mentioned, I believe on Monday or Tuesday, depending on your class, that there are 4 videos down here in Unit 3, the accessing the SMC databases, the Boolean operator, the how to start researching, and the limiting your search results videos. Those have pages attached to them that you can go in and look at and kind of review some of these things we've covered in class and that Jen covered with us in order to help you through some of these skills in case you're struggling at this point. And of course, remember, you can always email me and chat with me. So I'm going to switch into the assignment section of Moodle and just remind us of a couple things coming due. So if we scroll down to Unit 3 within the assignments, one thing to remember is that next week we are coming up to our draft. So the draft has some particular requirements that I'm asking you to include. So for if you're in my Monday, Wednesday class, that would come due on Monday. If you're in my Tuesday, Thursday class, that'll come due on Tuesday. So you're going to upload this draft. It needs to be at least 2.5 pages. It needs to have an intro, a thesis, 2 body paragraphs, and 2 sources within it. I will look for that, and then I'll be able to spot the works cited page, and then if you do it, you'll get 25 points in the grade book for that. So just make sure you get that submitted by the beginning of your class for next week. The other thing that we'll be doing in class next week is the peer review assignment. Now, the peer review is not something you do outside of class. You do not have to have a submission for it. This is for me plugging in that grade. So we'll do that, but what that entails is you having your draft coming to class next week, the first day of week, Monday or Tuesday, depending on your course. That will allow us to, while I'm conferencing with students out in the hall, you'll be peer reviewing as well as drafting in the class. And that will help then get some points in the grade book too. I believe we did a free write last week, so that'll go into the grade book. It's not there yet, but it will be. And those are really the things that we have planned for next week, because we only have 1 class next week because of Wednesday being canceled and Thursday being canceled, just simply because of the holiday coming up. And that gives you some time to spend with family and to catch up on work, honestly, if you are a little bit behind. And then we've got the rest of the assignments that we talked about in terms of the submission and the checklist from here on out at the end of the semester. So I'm going to be working on grading over this weekend, getting things into the grade book, kind of fleshing out some details and providing you with some feedback. So hopefully that will help you moving forward. Other than that, it's just a process of making sure you're keeping on track and emailing me if you have any questions, okay? Oh, last thing, remember Journal 6 is coming due a little bit early for us next week. So check Journal 6 on Moodle for if you're in my Monday, Wednesday class, it comes due on Monday. If you're in my Tuesday, Thursday class, it comes due on Tuesday. It's pretty straightforward journal at this point. But get in there and look at that due date, okay? All right, stay brilliant, everyone.